Hi friends, I hope all are doing good. And today I came up with some of the interview question and answers, particularly on strings. So this is the basic we need to understand. We have to know before attending any interview. That is one of the important concept on strings. So I'll be covering some of the few questions in this video. And if you are not yet been subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. And if we see these questions I'll be covering in this video. So few of the questions like the basic the definition of strings and defining the strings, whether it is a primitive or derived type in Java, and if it is string is immutable or what it is, and string buffer, string builder, the main concept of string constant pool, and few examples. So let's get quickly started. So what is a string? So if we see the basic question, like a string for the experienced or not freshers also, the interviewer may ask what is a string and how it can be defined. So we can say that it is nothing but a series of characters which are either a literal or it can be some variable, for example happy or anything. If we are defining a word, so we can say it is nothing but a sequence, like a series of characters. So here happy is a string of 5 characters. So what is string particularly in Java? So it is observed as the main objects that represents a sequence of characters which is of the string class type. So in Java, strings it is also a sequence of characters, but it is of the string class types, and strings are nothing but the objects in Java. And this string class is a wrapper class which will where we can find it in the java.lang.string package. And here one of the main important note we have to remember here is a string once created cannot be modified. Means once if we are creating, for example, string str equal to happy, then we cannot modify it. Means we cannot alter that one. That is nothing but string is immutable. So the interviewer here, if you are saying the important note here, the string is immutable in Java, then the interviewer may ask few questions on this. Like if it is a string is immutable, then why we are declaring? What is the use of it? And whether the string can be mutable or not. So these set of questions also can be asked by the interviewer. So the next question here is like how we are defining strings in Java. So there are actually two ways, using the string literal and using the new keyword. So how we are declaring using the literal one? So nothing but here just we have to create using the double quotes, and we have to assign this literal to an instance, to an any variable. So for example, string example equal to happy learning using the double quotes, and after declaring whatever a series of characters here, right, and we have to end up with the semicolon. This is simple using the string literal. And the next one is using the new keyword. So how the same how we are declaring in the same way, string example equal to new string of, that is nothing but I'm referring to this brackets over here. And however we are declaring here using the double quotes, right, in the same way we have to declare. The extra thing here is the new keyword we have to declare here, and the new string of we have to do in this way. So basically there are of two types to create a string in Java, using the string literal and using the new keyword. So if you are not yet been subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. Moving to the next one, and we are saying, yeah, this is a string, and these are two types of create ways to create the string. So how, like we can have it under which category, whether it is string, it is a primitive type or derived type in Java. So basically we have like different types in Java, right? That is primitive and derived data types. So here the strings are actually come under the derived data types. So we said that strings are nothing but the Java objects that represent the sequence of characters, and these objects will be created using this java.lang.string class. But here there are many functions that need to be called upon when processing a string. So if we are doing any operation, or if we have to call, we have to do certain operation on to process on string, we have to like use some of the functions like substring, index of, equals to uppercase to lowercase, etc., which primitives types do not have. So um, by this way we can say that strings are the derived data types. Whenever we are going to called upon to process a string, some of the functions will be needing. Those are nothing but whenever we see the primitives, there will be not having this set of functions, and so that these strings are come under the derived data types in Java. And the next one is string immutable or final in Java. So in the last slide we have seen that a string is immutable, right? So here it is asking immutable or final. What is immutable? Can't be modified. And what is final in Java? It is basically, we can say, it is nothing but a constant. So first we have to understand immutable and final difference, then we have to answer. Then if so, whatever the answer will be, so according to that answer, the next one is, if so, then what are the benefits of strings being immutable? So why we are declaring this strings are immutable, and what are the benefits we are getting by declaring, by having these strings immutable? So yes, the strings are actually immutable in Java, and immutable objects are nothing but they cannot be changed or modified once they have been created. However, we can only modify the reference to that string object. So if we are creating any particular string, we are saying that it is immutable and cannot be changed, but we can modify, or we can have that any of the modifications to that particular string object reference. The string is immutable in Java. Why it is immutable, why the Java people declare it as immutable? Because of like some of the reasons, like security, caching, synchronization, concurrency, and class loading. So this will be the another description also, we can say these are the important points, but how in the security wise, catching wise, so these will be the different ones. So in this video I'm not covering, so if you want, please let me know. I'll be covering in the next video. So the main reasons are these things: so security, caching, synchronization, and concurrency, and class loading. Because of these reasons, the string actually made as immutable in Java. Moving to the next. So we said, right, strings are immutable. So what if we do not want immutable, and our requirement is basically we have to change it accordingly in different classes based on the requirement? So what we have to do in such scenario? So here they are providing string buffer and string builder. So let's know about this. Since strings are immutable in Java, whenever string manipulations are performed, automatically a new string would be generated by discarding the older one. So here, like we know, strings are immutable. So what if we want to do any manipulation? We want to do any sort of operations on that particular strings. What if you are performing such operations on that particular string? So whenever we are doing, right, the new string, whatever we are doing, right, it will be created automatically by deleting the older one which we have by using this string buffer and string builder. how it is doing, because these are the mutable objects. So if you want to do certain manipulations or any operations should be performed on that strings based on our requirement, so we have to use this string buffer or string builder, because of these are the mutable objects, and which provides some of the methods like substring, insert, append, delete for string manipulation. So these mutable objects particularly providing these methods to do any string manipulations. So if we see the difference between string buffer and string builder, here string buffer operations are the thread safe unsynchronized. So when we have particular requirements, so we have to maintain synchronized structure and thread safe operations, all those things. Then we have to go for string buffer, and basically, these string builder operations are not thread safe and are not synchronized. Here, one more thing also we have to see. String buffer is used when multiple threads are working on the same string. So one string we are declaring, and we want to modify it, and based on requirement on different like multiple classes, and we have to get the value, and we have to assign the current value, something like that. We are doing multiple operations, that is multiple threads are working on that same string, then string buffer will be used. And string builder, like we have to consider only the single way operation, that is single threaded environment. In such case string builder will be used. And string buffer performance is slower when compared to string builder. Why the performance wise it is slower? Because it is as we have already seen, right, the previous point, it is used when multiple threads are working, right? So it is not like only having one environment to get things sorted in a faster way. So it is working on the multiple threads, like on the same string it is working on multiple things, right? So it has to see and check all the values, everything, etc. So it is slower, it will be obviously slower. And here it is, the string builder is faster when compared to string builder, because obviously we are using only the single threaded environment, and the operations will be faster when compared to the string buffer. And how we are declaring string buffer, the variable name equal to new string buffer of the string whichever we are declaring. Instead of string buffer here, the same way we will create the string builder. So these are the more points are there like as a difference. So the important points I have shown here. Hope this understands. Moving to the next one. One more like important question and important concept on string is string pool constant or string constant pool in Java. So we are saying strings can be defined in two ways. These are strings and all those things, right? So we are creating, it's okay, but where it is storing? We have heap memory, right? Stack memory, everything in Java, but actually where it is storing? Let's see where it is storing. Whenever the string object is created, right, it will be stored in the pool of strings that is called as a string pool. And where it is present, this string pool only, it is known as a string constant pool. So the interviewer may ask what is a string constant pool, and the other question is where the strings are being creating and where it is storing. So the same answer is the one, and questions may be in the different way. So string pool is nothing, also known as the string constant pool. Where it is present, it is actually a special storage area in the Java heap memory. Why it is having the separate memory, means a separate area to store? Because it is storing the unique string objects. We have to be very clear here that string pool is actually present under this Java heap memory, and what it is storing, the unique string objects whenever a string is created. So for example, we are creating string str equal to apple right here. So it is creating a new like string object is created. It will first check whether the string object with the same string value is already present in the string pool or not. Whenever, like not only this, whenever like string is new string is created, it will check in the string pool constant, like how um like whether the value it is present or any references it is present in the string constant pool. So and if it is available, like whatever we are declaring, right? So if it is present in the string constant pool, then the reference of the string object from that string pool is returned. What it will say, it is already present. And if it is not present, what it will do, the new string object is added to the string pool and the respective reference will be returned. So here are the two ways creating the string using the literal and the new keyword. Whenever it is created the new string, it will check in the string constant pool whether it is available or not. If it is available, that is okay, then that reference of that particular string object from this string pool will be written. If it is not present, then the new string object is added to that string pool and that new reference will be written. So this is one of the important and favorite question by any interviewer. So the next one is based on the same string constant pool we have seen, right? So we have seen using string can be created like using the literal and the new keyword, right? Here we are declaring line 1 and line 2, but here how many objects will be created for the following we have to check. Here two objects will be created. Why only two objects? What is the like real mechanism how it is working? So we know here like whenever a Java string is created using a new keyword, then the two objects will be created. So new means new reference. It is like it is saying you take it as a new. So whenever new keyword is used, it will first check in the heap memory, like heap memory area where it will be creating the object will be creating in the heap area, and another one already we have the string constant pool. And when line 1 is executed, the new string object str1, this object name we have given, right? Str1 gets created where it is creating the first time in the string constant pool. When line 1 it is the first one, right? So when it is executed, it will check in the string constant pool. And the next we are giving the line 2 the variable name str2, and here one object will be created using the new operator, and it will get stored in the heap memory str2. This is because why it is storing in the only one object is it is creating and storing in the heap memory. This is because first it will check whenever string is created. I have said that a string it will check in the string constant pool, right? So first it will go and check the string constant pool whether it has the whether it has already the string object with the same value we are declaring. Here we have to observe the same value smiley I have given over here. So it will check in the string constant pool whether that particular string object with that same string value it is present or not. So obviously it is present, we have given in the str1, and therefore the reference of this string 1 from that string constant pool will be written. So in this way two objects will be created for this two set of lines. So moving to the next one, how many objects will be created for the following? So here the string str1 equal to new string of abc, and string str2 equal to new string of abc. The values are same in the line 1 and line 2, and also we are using a new keyword in both the lines. So how it will be executing, let's see. here three objects will be created. So in the previous question, one string is like you created using the literal and another string using the new keyword. There we have two objects are created, right? Here both the strings are having the same value and declared using the created using the new keyword. Then what is the mechanism over here? So here three objects are created. How it is created? Whenever this line 1 is executed, right? Executed this string 1 reference we are having, right? String 1 variable. So here the two objects are created whenever like a new operator we are having, right? So it will check in the string constant pool. So before that we are not having, like before line 1 we are not having anything, so it will go and check. So in the string constant pool there is no value using this abc, so it is created in the string constant pool, and in the heap memory it is created one more. Okay, like this way. Now for line 1 two objects are created, right? And in the line 2 for the str2 one object is created newly in the heap memory. So for if you are using the new keyword, first it will check in the string constant pool, right? Obviously here also the same thing. It will go in the line 2 also, it will go to the string constant pool and it will check whether it is present or not. But already we had declared this string 1 with the same value, right? ABC. So in the string constant pool it is already having that value. So string constant pool only stores the unique string object set, as I already mentioned. So it will check, and it understood that it was the string constant pool object str1 already has that string object str1 like with the same value abc. So that only in the second line it will not create the new object in the string constant pool, and only in the heap memory it will create the new object like reference. So here for these two lines overall three objects will be created. For the first line it will be creating two objects, and the second one it will be creating only one new object, that is in the heap memory. It is not creating in the string constant pool. Why? Because already we are having the same value for the string 1 reference in the string constant pool. So there are like few more questions combinations like in the strings. Like I have covered only the important questions frequently, like what the interviewer expects, the questions and answers I have covered. So if you want to cover all the set of string interview questions, please let me know. And thank you so much and happy learning. Please do subscribe. Bye.